I get asked what's my favourite track of all time, I'm quick to answer. Monkey Gum Firetrail on the south coast of New South Wales.
Yep.
Greeted with relentless challenges as you climb the mountain, massive ruts, rocks and off-camber sections. We'd got word from locals the track was taking anywhere from 5 to 11 hours to complete in its current condition. In this episode, we take on the infamous track, so buckle up as we were in for one hell of a day. Proudly supported by Outback Equipment, Tread, Superior Engineering, and in part by. Before we get into the episode, quick run through of the vehicles if you haven't seen my videos before. So first up we have my 2003 Nissan GU Patrol. It's a petrol TB48. It's running a full Superior Engineering 3-inch Superflex kit on 35s with the twin Harrop lockers. Second up in the convoy we have Dad's MUX. It's a 2015 3-litre turbo diesel. It's just running a 2-inch lift, 32-inch tyres and a rear locker. We're back again. So if you saw the last episode, Dad busted a steering arm down here. We spent the day back in Nowra getting that fixed, and now we're back out here this afternoon heading down Mint Bush Fire Trail, and then we're heading towards Monkey Gum. It's coming up 4 o'clock now, so the plan is just get back down in here and probably camp somewhere along the track tonight near the start of Monkey Gum, and then take that on tomorrow. We got Dad in the MUX with a new steering arm, and we got Kai and myself in the Patrol. Plenty of obstacles on the track.
You can't shut your eyes, you can't wink, or you're gone.
Every like 20 metres it's a near rut or hole or something.
It's a like a stress test. It's a beauty.
It's good fun, but
oh, it's an excellent track.
Yeah.
You got to hang in there every inch.
It was already getting late in the day by this point, so we were on the lookout for somewhere to pull up to camp for the night. What do you reckon? You happy with this?
Oh, this is perfect, mate. Looks good to me.
Yeah, anything after this is going to be probably camping in the middle of the track. Found ourselves a camp and it's coming up 4:30. It gets dark like not too long after 5 this time of year. And yeah, a little turn off the track. I don't think there's too much else further on. This is just one of those lucky one-off spots. Anything after this is probably going to be trackside camping. Had a big day running all around town, back in, back out, fixing the car, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, nice spot out here in the bush, and this will give us time to sit down, relax, set up, get the fire going. Then tomorrow we'll be off to tackle Monkey Gum. Ready? Reckon this is a good camp car?
Yeah.
Plenty of firewood scattered around through here that we've gathered up and cut. Get us through the night. Sure, it'll be bloody freezing out here again. Got our swags, table, chairs, cook some dinner, got the party lights going. There's a little creek down there as well, so I might even go freshen up a bit at that before it gets fully dark. You coming for a swim, Kai?
No.
I heard it's warm.
Never. It's definitely not.
I heard it's actually a hot spring running into a pool down there. It's like 40 degrees. This water is very, very cold and it's shallow, so you can't really get in it, but I'll tip some on myself and freshen up a bit. Back up to camp after this to warm up by the fire. Woo! Warmed up again after my swim down there. I got about 17 layers on and we're cooking a bit of dinner here by the fire. Cooking up some spaghetti bolognese, so I got a heap of veggies there in the frying pan. Cooked some pasta over there already. Then we got some diced tomatoes, some bolognese sauce, some lentils. Stir it all together and eat it there by the fire. Dad was just doing a bit of a nightly check over under the car. Sort of normally try and check our cars most days when we can. And you just noticed that his bash plate's been knocked in so far that now his sump plug is hanging out up under there. And there's definitely a risk for what we're doing because a rock will wipe that sump plug out, tear it out, and then things won't be looking too good out here. So I think we decided we're going to pull that bash plate off and try and flog it back into some sort of shape so that sump plug's hidden again. Tight. Yeah. A lot of force there.
Stay down low. Yep. There it is. Something happened then. Surely it'll come now. Yeah, look at that.
So we got 4 bolts off. We realised there's actually got to pull that front one off, other 2 to get the next 2 up in under the back one. So ended up being 8 bolts. But we can pull that back plate down now, and Dad's thinking rather than pull the whole thing apart, got an old pair of thongs. So what your plan is to
Wrap them up around that sump bung, and that'll drop that down far enough so that it doesn't expose the head of the sump bung. That'll give us a bit of give in the area of impact, and that sump bung will no longer be exposed to the grab of a rock when we're sliding over rocks tomorrow.
be easier than bashing that, getting it all off and then bashing that bash plate to death with a hammer as well.
Yeah, and that bash plate's already proved that it's probably too thin. We're probably going to go to a 4
Yeah,
mil.
you're saying that you got 3 mil ones. You're thinking after this trip maybe
Yeah, go to 4 mil.
bush mechanics.
Yeah. I want to ditch these thongs anyway. They had it. And then I'll have a spare pair of thongs if it comes to it.
Yeah, pull them out from under your car.
Yeah, and go walk about.
Yeah. So I got the thongs up under there now. That's some plug was that side, I think. So that's all covered up now. It actually worked pretty well. I got that bolt back in the bash plate. Just trying to get this one back in because the thongs are there. It's harder to get it on. So we're gonna bottle jack that up so I can get that bolt back in.
Just gonna get him doing that. Here's him. There he is. That's on. Champion stuff.
Alright, got that sorted. It's about 10 o'clock. Sit down now and relax by this fire a bit. We'll have to bring a semi-trailer of tools and recovery gear next time we take you anywhere. Off to a fairly slow start this morning. I think it's already just past 9 o'clock and we're only sort of just getting up and getting brekkie organised now. It's just so nice and peaceful out here, and you can just sit here in the morning by the fire and relax. A few clouds around. It would be nice if that sun's coming in because it's freezing out here like always. But we'll enjoy this morning here. Probably won't end up leaving till maybe 11 o'clock or something at this rate, and then we'll continue this track and head up Monkey Gum. After a beautiful morning at camp, relaxing, soaking it all in, we packed up and we were on the tracks, ready for an action-packed day of four-wheel driving. Packed up and left camp. I nearly had it right. It was 11:05 that we left. So we're making our way along the rest of this trail that we camped on, which I think still Mint Bush Fire Trail. I'm not 100% sure on that though. So there's still a few sections and washouts here to navigate on our way to the start of the Monkey Gum. There is another line just there, which is a bit easier, but Dad wanted to have a crack at that one I did in the patrol. I nearly hit that tree when I went up. I went up and I was a bit far over under throttle and nearly sent it into that tree. Fair plunge in on this one. What actually happened was all these little creek crossings had bridges across them and they all got washed out in, I think it might have been one big flood a couple of years ago or over a few floods anyway. They're washed out. So all these little creeks, they got big drop-ins and exits where tracks have been made to replace the bridge. Good bit of fun though. More exciting than just driving across a bridge. We've arrived at the start of Monkey Gum. Wonder how many times I've said and gonna say Monkey Gum in this video, probably about 30,000. But yeah, across this creek and it begins up there, up the mountain, the next couple of Ks. But I figured we'd stop and have a break here for a minute, maybe have a swim, because it's actually a pretty nice deep hole here, clear water, and yeah, beautiful down in here. Soak this in for a bit. That way you'll just like right in the middle of the shot. Would have been better if the sun was out, but it was still good to have a swim. So I've done the track once. I did it maybe 18 months ago or so on the nav. Dad's never done it before though, and he's always been keen to come do it. People have told you what a good track it is, haven't they?
Yeah, Monkey Gum, a bloke said yesterday people have been taking from 5 to 11 hours to do it lately, so see how we time into that.
So it could be a whole afternoon.
Yeah.
I think last time I did it in maybe 3-ish hours with filming on my own. It was quite dry then, and that was 18 months ago, so a fair bit could have changed since then. The river that you cross there is a little bit of a gateway to the track, because once you cross it, you're straight into it. And well, it took all of maybe about 30 meters and the challenge began. That's a dip, I think. That's why I just drive. See that place? So when they said 5 to 11 hours, in the first 100 meters, took a fair workout just to get my patrol up there. This is all very wet, but this first section, so the track will dry as we go up, but yeah, very slippery through all this first bit after the creek, slipping and sliding all over those rocks. I'm at about 14 or 15 psi in the patrol tyre pressure, but I might even go a bit lower judged on how slippery all that was. That's why I was getting caught down the bottom here. That rear diff was bearing on that rock. I'd say that's the biggest downfall of the GU's big diffs, plus I've got diff guards on both of them, so you're not going to damage it doing stuff like that. But with the big diffs, then you lose that extra, I don't know, maybe 10 mil of clearance with the diff guards. So yeah, that's always the biggest challenge, keeping those two diffs off rocks. Dad was up next in the MUX, and we were keen to see how he was going to go on those slippery rocks. But given the smaller tyres and only the rear locker, we knew it was going to be a little bit interesting. Dad's just going to winch that bit. I think he's a little bit concerned about his car after breaking that steering arm and having that sump plug issue and that, which we mostly fixed. Like, we jammed all that stuff in last night, so I was kind of leaving it back down off it. Plus there's that bit of rubber, but obviously that rubber's going to get tore off if you're hitting rocks anyway, but it still should give it that clearance now. But yeah, after seeing how much the patrol struggled, he didn't want to just start smashing the car and bouncing the car on those rocks there. He's just going to quickly winch up. See if you can get your front wheels up that step now, drive it up it. Okay, winch your front up that step. If you ever want to do 6-stage, pretty sure that's it down there, about 150 meters up from the creek after Monkey Gum. Follows that creek for a while, then shoots up out the valley. Quick little winch to get the MUX up that step, and both vehicles were on their way again. It was only around the next corner though that we were faced with another challenge. Having some serious trouble climbing up out of this rut here, and I'm scared to just send it because he'll send it into a bad spot. So it's just not wanting to go for me. It's just slipping off that bank every time. Now I did cut out a few of my attempts at driving this obstacle just for the sake of speeding up the video, but I calculated that I had 14 goes trying to get up here. It was frustrating me and I felt like I could make it, so I just kept going until I eventually did. Got there. That was a little bit interesting, frustrating. It just kept wanting to slip down, slip down, slip down. I actually got up there, I turned the front locker off, just put the rear locker in, and then just kind of sent it up there, gave me a bit of that steering back, which seemed to help.
I was just like, okay, so watch out for that.
Just cut him off halfway and just foot to the floor.
Yeah, and like, I was just like,
So you obviously can't come down through here because it's a human-sized rut, so you got to get up out before you hit that, up off to a pretty bad angle up to the side there. Out of the way, Genius.
Out the way, Genius.
Down here. Did the same thing I did.
That next stage there, so that I just don't think this is just going to keep happening and happening.
Yeah, that was the same thing that happened to me. It took me 10 goes.
Yeah.
You can drive it, you just gotta
get lucky.
Well, you just got to have the guts to put your foot into it a bit, because that probably took me nearly a dozen goes. You're close, and then you're slipping. You got to get a bit more momentum into it. You don't want to have another go?
No, winch me.
I just backed my vehicle down to winch that up this because there wasn't really any good trees without heading halfway up into the jungle. He's not keen to give it any momentum. He's definitely a bit shook, I reckon, after he busted his car out here a couple of days ago on steering arm. He's definitely taking it gentle and not keen to have a, you know, big crack at anything, which is fair enough.
I'm just going to keep skidding into that trough here at the moment. Is that about right? I've got a bad lock and I'm just dragging along on a lock into that trough.
I still just wanted to drag him into there even with the winching. Alright, new plan, because even the winching's just dragging him down, so going to try again, but put a couple of treads there, try and get that front driver's wheel to pop up, and then into it after that. We'll see how we go. You had it! No, oh, yeah, okay. You could have maybe gone from where you were. You're up. Go back, do it again. No, just do the rest. Alright, we got him up there eventually with those couple of treads. It's just having that commitment to get it up over that hump there without backing off. Clean up now and keep going. Slow. Yeah, okay. Your problem is it's burying your diff, which is what's
Rear diff.
yeah, it's what's slowing you down. Right. It's just trying to plough the bank away. Yeah, stop. Have a little nudge. Yeah, if you're clearing it out, you can just try that a couple of times and it may clear it enough that you'll get it. Yeah, it was just that rear diff was bearing and slowing you down. We're literally 500 metres from the creek, not even that 400. This track is just a sloppy mess. It was not like this last time we did it. Hasn't rained in a while, but you got springs come onto the track and run down it. Like, look at this, just looks like it's had a massive storm on it. Slippery, sloppy the whole way with boulders and everything through it. Diff crunching, bashing. Holy dooly, this track is a mess. This is not going to be pretty in the MUX, I don't think. I just got both lockers in, I'm just easing it through because there's so many boulders in here. We're just winching that up this bit here. It's very slippery and slushy in there, and big boulders. He didn't want to break anything. He was coming to that bouncing stop, so safer to grab the winch out. Yep, that's it. Alright, go slow. You're good. You made it.
After the first 500 or 600 meters, the track did start to dry up, which made it much easier to pick those lines, and we're able to start covering some ground quicker.
Monkey Gum's a very technical track, sort of off camber in sections, very rut, lots of ruts.
Apologies, the camera is a little bit out of focus here. On this section of track, there's a massive boulder there to try and navigate. Now, I didn't have Dad out guiding me or anything. I was just trying to do it by feel and what I could see myself, but I didn't like how close I was getting to that rock, so I just decided to go straight over it.
You're about to hit a rock.
Is that good?
Wow.
Photos or what?
I took some.
Ooh, that was fun. Track so far anyway, fairly savage.
A real opening to the south coast, this one.
So much fun driving through all this stuff. Show me the wheel lift pick. Did you get one?
That's what I bloody tried. Did I get one? No, I didn't get one. I got like 10.
Pretty cool. I think Dad's gonna see if he can squeeze past the rock rather than up on top of it.
You just like paused.
Well, that was me there.
Yeah.
Yeah, bit of fun.
Turn toward me.
I just absolutely love this sort of slow, technical, four-wheel driving where you can really feel your vehicle, work your suspension, and slowly tackle those obstacles.
Massive help on a track like this having someone guide you, but I'm sort of just doing it mostly myself because Dad's down behind there. But you can just sort of do it by feel. Try and feel those tyres up on those banks. get them up out of those ruts, and yeah, really slowly work your way through. A lot of this stuff I'm just very slowly navigating with 2 lockers in, but you can do this track with 1 locker, like that's what Dad's got. Obviously he's had a bit of trouble so far. Tell you what, this track is just absolutely unrelentless. Like I'm driving it, like I'm shooting a bit, driving it, come and get the camera, just walk the camera straight up to the next bit. It's just section after section the whole way up, like all up. Through there is just ruts and rocks. I did, yeah, but you don't need to. I was just being a clown.
Yeah, I thought it might have been that or nothing, rock or nothing. I didn't realise it was the other.
Yeah. Yeah, some of the lines I'm doing are just to be a bit of a clown. Not be a clown, but just a bit of fun and get them up on the higher points and that.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Pretty fun track that.
Oh, it's an incredible track.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, you gotta like relax into it a bit, but it's pretty intense.
Yeah, well, you think you're about to get a 100 metre spell and you get a 10 metre spell.
Yeah, just there's no break. Like I was saying before, I'm just running the camera one obstacle to the other. Like the camera hasn't been in the car for the whole time.
I haven't been in the car the whole time.
Yeah, Kai hasn't been in the car the whole time either. It's just literally obstacle after obstacle. After we came off that last bit, you got about a K run just through the bush where there's not too much, couple of obstacles to navigate. And then you got the final few hundred meters here, I believe it is, up to the top from memory. So a few more obstacles here to deal with. It's very tight. Maybe try on it. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly where I was. Yeah, come at that. That way.
With the lack of clearance, Dad did have a little bit of difficulty on this obstacle, We first tried between the rock and the tree, but there just wasn't enough room to squeeze him through. We then tried the same line I did, half on the rock, half off it, but once again bellied out. It was our third attempt, just sending the vehicle straight up over the rock itself, where we were able to have success.
Yep, keep coming, just keep going. Keep it moving a bit. No, go back. Yeah, just do that again, but just a steady throttle through it. Yeah. Yeah, you just scrape those control arm mounts a bit. Got you there eventually.
Go get it.
By this point, it was getting late in the day, but we were having an absolute blast out there. It wasn't long to go though. There was only a few more obstacles to tackle before we were going to be up top of the mountain. The excitement wasn't completely over yet though, and Dad was still keen to cause one more scene for the day.
Perfect.
Won't want to go forward or backward, will it? I'm better off winching.
We'll go backwards. Turn that way, yeah. Go back a bit. Yeah. Yeah. Stop there.
Give that a go.
Yeah. Yeah, there's your pick up. That way a bit. Oh yeah, you're good. Ah, you spun into a bad spot there. Sitting hard there now.
So I was out with a winch to pull him up over those rocks.
Yeah, and you're off. Dad just got jammed up on those two rocks there in a bit of a bad position, so had to winch him off. Keep going, nearly there.
Where am I aiming for coming off there?
The line you're on.
Straight over that left hand.
Yeah.
Up high on the left there.
Yeah, keep that line. Turn towards me a bit. No, before you spin out of Australia there.
Off the planet.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, turn left.
Keep that lock.
Yeah, try and make it feel up here somewhere. Made it to the top of Monkey Gum, boys!
Last one.
Yeah, that's it. You made it.
What an evening.
Yeah,
Evening in paradise.
yeah. Made it before dark at least.
Yeah.
And we're up. Monkey Gum. Successful. Done. Achieved. We'll climb up the ladder there and have a look at it. Come for a climb up the ladder, Kai. We made it out the end. What a view. Not a bad spot to end the track. Soak in these views for 5 minutes or so, and then we're going to try and find a camp somewhere up here before it gets fully dark. Didn't have to come far, only a couple hundred meters, and there's a nice big flat area in here where we'll be able to set up for the night. Pretty good up here in the bush. Trying to quickly pack up camp because it is coming in and out of showers. Didn't film too much more last night. I was pretty worn out after the day, but we're looking at the weather and turns out it's just a week of torrential rain about to hit here with flood warnings and everything. So we're packing up camp because it's already starting, and then yeah, we're gonna get out of here. Our plan was to do some more stuff on the south coast. I think it's Dewey National Park. I've been wanting to do that for years, and here's another trip where something's gone wrong and I can't get there because it's just going to be flooding down in there. So what we're thinking, we've been looking at the weather a bit, is heading down Melbourne way, down into some of the forests that I've never done before, down into like Talangi, Cobar, and then maybe doing some stuff on the edge of the high country a bit that's still open during winter, sort of spend the next week down there rather than through all this area. A bit of a drive to get there, but at least the weather looks much better that way. Dad's going to head home today because he was going to go home this weekend, so there's no point in him driving all the way down to Victoria just for a day or two. And then we've had Tim join us as well. So Tim's a mate from Tassie. He's been up Cape York for the last month. He's on his way back to Tassie, but he doesn't catch the ferry for a week, so he's going to travel with Kai and I down through some of those Victoria areas. So that'll be in the next couple of videos. Tim turned up here about 11 o'clock last night. He drove from Brisbane yesterday. But yeah, absolutely awesome track, that Monkey Gum. They are talking about closing this area, unfortunately. I don't know what's going to happen there, depending on when this video comes out, because these videos are always a couple months in delay. If you are planning on coming here, maybe just have a look into that to make sure this area is all still open. I don't know what's going to happen, but there is some talk amongst the local four-wheel drive groups in the local area that who owns this land has been changed or something. I think it's been reclaimed Aboriginal land or something like that, so they're just not too sure what's going to happen to it all. But yeah, if it's still open, definitely get down here and check it out. Alright, I'll end the video here. So yeah, we'll be off down to Melbourne way now to do a bit of filming down there. Found ourselves a camp spot. It's coming up 4:30 and it gets dark, like the sun's probably just about going down. Plenty of firewood scattered around here that'll get us through the night, and so making our way. He's not keen to give it a... we're just going to winch that up. But yeah, absolutely. Alright, got that sorted. Alright, got that sorted. Those songs are cut. Alright, got that.